Hey, this is Susan with Voices for Learning, and I am about to show you how to make an amazing Fiverr thumbnail using Canva. So if you haven't already gotten to Canva, go into Canva right now, canva.com. If you don't have an account already with Canva, then go into my description right now, click on the link that gets you into Canva, and this will, get you all set up. So here we go. What I'm going to do is show you step by step how to create your thumbnail from start to finish. So to begin with, you're going to need to know the dimensions of a Fiverr thumbnail. And those dimensions are 1280 by 769 pixels. So what you'll do here in Canva on this very, very, very front page, after you've signed in, after you've made your account, after you've done everything, is you're going to click right over here on the right-hand side, Custom Size. So go over here to Custom Size, go ahead and click on it. And the width is 1280. The height is 769 pixels, and you'll just click on Create New Design. So go ahead and take a minute, pause the video, write this down on a sticky note, 1280 by 769, stick it up on your studio or on your computer monitor, because you'll be going back and you'll be making more of these thumbnails, I'm sure. So go ahead and let's create a new design. All right, and here we have a blank canvas. So let's say that you want to make a thumbnail for your Fiverr voiceover gig for, let's just say, your voicemail or your phone message, your IVR gig, voiceover gig. I always say that the best formula for a thumbnail that sells is a combination of your headshot, a good headshot, and text that describes what your service is. So let's go ahead and just kind of keep that in mind. We'll start with the background, and let's make sure that we do put a color in. You can either go straight to over here on the left-hand side, background, and there's a whole bunch of backgrounds to choose from. Now, do know that, you'll probably want to use like a solid background rather than something that's not solid, because we want it to be as, focusing on your picture and the text rather than any extemporaneous stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this first, whatever gradient right here. That's my recently used. Actually, let's go down to gradients. Okay, so here's landscapes, patterns, gradients, and you notice if you hover your mouse pointer over some of them, they do say free. The free ones are you can use if you have a free account. If you don't have if you have the pro account, then you can use anything you want. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this purple one, and it looks like I can change the color as well. So if I click right here on background color, I'll just click on it, and I can choose a different color if I want to. And it looks like it's still a gradient though. So it still looks like we're going from kind of like a pink to a purple. Let's try the blue. I actually do like gradients rather than just a flat color. And the reason I do like the gradients is I think it just is more interesting, to look at. But if you wanted to just use a regular flat color, let me show you how to do that. If you'll go to Elements, over here on the left, go to Elements, and then go to Lines and Shapes right here, and just click on one of the squares. It's like a gray square, and just go ahead and make it the right shape. Stretch it out using the little double-headed arrows on the sides. And I'm just going to keep my background just in case I want to use it again. And then, of course, I can change the color by using this color button. I can change it to whatever I want to. Okay. I actually like my background better, so I'm just going to delete this this box that I've put in, this box element. All I'm doing is I'm just clicking on the box, holding down my mouse, and I can kind of move it around. you'll notice that it is selected because it's got these blue lines around it. And then here, when I want to select my actual background, when I click on it, there's the blue lines around it. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete my box, and I'm just going to go with my background. Now, remember I said your headshot and text. So I'm going to go ahead and get my headshot at this point. If you'll just go back here over to the left, you probably haven't uploaded anything yet. So I'm just going to upload a graphic of me. So let me go ahead and upload media. Right here, just this purple button right here, upload media. And let me go to my headshots. And I pick this one. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is bring it on over. Up. If it does that, sometimes it'll do that. It'll like capture the whole space. You know, you can always do Control Z, which is undo, Control and the letter Z on your keyboard, and that undoes it. Just bring it out. There it is. The only problem with this, of course, is I've got the background. I've got my background in it. It's kind of annoying. So if you have the Pro version, you can do this. If you don't have the Pro version, we're going to have to figure something else out. But if you have the Pro version, you can actually click on the image and then click on Edit Image up here at the top. And it will allow you to use the BG remover. BG stands for background. So I'm just going to click on Background Remover, and it magically removes my background, which is, it's pretty cool. This way I don't have to pay somebody to make my Fiverr thumbnail. I actually, when I first started on Fiverr, I paid a couple times for a new thumbnail, and I'll be honest with you, I never was happy with it. And once I started just kind of playing around in Canva, I just got really, really happy with everything, you know, all the functionality of Canva. And so I think it saved me some money, really, by having the Pro version. Even it's like $120 a year, like $12 a month. But I think it's actually saved me some money because I can go in and change my thumbnails anytime I want. And if I wanted to, I could probably go ahead and create a gig on Fiverr and make thumbnails if I wanted to. I don't really want to, though. Okay. So if you have the Pro version, you can remove the background of a picture. If you don't have the Pro version, you have the free version. You know what? Then we'll talk about that. So let's say that you just have the free version. Okay, what I'm going to do is make a copy of this. To do that, see these little buttons right here? Little like paper on top of another paper with a plus sign, duplicate page. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate it. So this is the one I'm going to kind of mess with. Now let me just delete my thumbnail, and I'm just going to bring in the thumbnail with the background. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just kind of stretch it out. And then what I'll do is I'll try to match my background color. So let's go ahead and change the background of your actual thumbnail. So I'm going to change this blue. I'm going to try to change it to gray. We'll see how well we can do that. Okay, so just make sure you click on the background, not on the picture, not on your headshot, but on the background. And I'm just going to click on the color, background color. And what Canva does that's really, really nice is it figures out what good colors to use. And so since I put my photo in, you'll notice that if you put your photo in too, you'll notice that there's now a new variety of colors. So I'm just going to click this gray right here. It didn't really match it. Let's go ahead and put in an element. So I'm going to do the element of a box. Let's see how that works. That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's try it again. Let me click on that. You can also go to this. So I clicked on the little color. You can also go to this, add a new color right here. It looks like a kind of like a rainbow, whatever, spectrum. And you can click on the little eyedropper, and you can actually pick a color from the design. So think we probably want it to be darker like that. Let's see how that looks. It's still not great. It's still not great. That's why one of the reasons I do the pro version is for this feature right here where you can take the background out, because it's so helpful. And you can also do some other like kind of cool things with it, shadows, things like that. But let's just kind of stick with this. Let's just stick with this because we'll just pretend like you have the free version. All right, we'll just say this is kind of the best we're going to do. So I've got my headshot. We'll just say the background is gray, whatever. That's fine. Let's go ahead and add some text. But before you do that, let me just show you right up here. This is kind of important, where it says File. Go ahead and click on File. And what I want you to do is click on Show Margins, because on Fiverr, you'll make a beautiful thumbnail, but then a part of it gets cut off on that like page where all the thumbnails are. It'll kind of get cut off. But then once you click on the thumbnail to go to the seller's gig, you'll be able to see it. But on that one main page where you see everybody's different thumbnail after you've done a search, sometimes things get cut off. And so this, I just went to File and then Show Margins. It will show you a little bit like kind of what that main page looks like. So keep that on there so you have that. All right, let's go ahead and add some text. So text is just right over here on the left. And I'm just going to go click to add a heading. Okay, and so I'm just going to do, my heading is record your phone system IVR. All right, I can just go to right here on the side and see this little double-headed arrow. I can kind of squeeze it together. And once you get the arrow, whatever, four-pointed arrow, you can move it around. Okay. Now, the only thing I kind of don't like about this is, let me put a, there we go. I don't like that either, though. Let's take that out. Okay, but I'm going to hit my return key and get that down. All right, I don't like the spacing. I want the spacing in between the lines to be less. So you just want to select the whole thing. And then right here, next to effects, right here, they've got like the 3 lines and then the arrow. That's your spacing. And you can change that spacing down from 1.4. Just use the slider. Let's just do 1. Or you can just highlight it, 1. Enter. And I like that better. Record your phone system IVR. Let's make it this. Record your phone message IVR system. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay. If you want to, you can change the font, and of course you can change the color. To change the font, just click on this little down arrow next to Open Sans Extra. And you'll notice that some of these fonts have this little crown next to it. You can't use the fonts that have the crown next to it if you've got the free version. So if you've got the Pro, you can use any font you want. If you just have the free version, you're stuck with some limited choices, but it's still not terrible. So I'm going to try, I like Archivo Black. I kind of like that. And then let's change the color to something maybe yellow. Kind of like that. Or maybe hot pink. Now, if these colors, if you need more choices than these colors, you can always just type up here in the top. Like, I'm going to try hot pink. Oops. Okay, and here's all my different pinks. Strawberry. Okay, I actually kind of like that. But I feel like I don't like this line right here. And maybe you're seeing that with yours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another box behind that. I'm going to go back to Elements, click on the box again. I'm going to go ahead and put that over that like that. Now, let's change the color though so we can actually see the text. I'm just going to change it to blue, whatever. Now, what's kind of cool is you can change the transparency. Just click, make sure you are clicked on the box, and then go to this little like variegated whatever pixel thing right here. It's the transparency, and then just click on that, and you can use the slider to make it more transparent, which I kind of like that. Let's try that. And then I'm just going to pull that down. Just kind of gives it some interest. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Let's make it a little bit more blue. Okay, I'm going to scoot that over. You can also use your keyboard. You can either click on the actual, text and move it. Just hold it down with your mouse and move it. Or you can click it and you can move it with the keys on your keyboard, the up and down arrows. So I'm going to move that over as far as I possibly can. And then let's move that box over. So it's making my hair blue, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, so I've got that. And then I like having a couple pieces of information a little bit more about what my services are. So I like using a little check, like bullet point, like background music, possible 24-hour service, whatever. So let's go ahead and do that. You can either put your text for that, like your little bullet points. You can either put it like this, where they're kind of like on top of each other, like bullet point 1, bullet point 2, bullet point 3, or you can also do it down here. Let's say like you're just starting and you don't really sure what to put and kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna have 2 bullet points down here. Well, let's say the first bullet point down here is 24-hour delivery, which is nice. And I'm just going to make this text a little bit smaller. To do that, I can just go up here, decrease font size. I'll try that. And I can make an italic too. Oops, let me select the whole thing, put it in italics. There we go. Okay. Now I want to also make this say, maybe like includes background music. And then let me see what the size is. Okay, so the 24-hour delivery size is a 46. So let's make this 46 too. And we'll make it italicized. See if that'll fit. That won't fit right there. Let's take out background. Just includes music. Okay. Now what I want to do, I won't move. It's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay. Also, in Canva, you have these nice little lines that kind of show you like where things line up with each other. Okay. So I'm going to keep it like that, but I want to have little check marks right down here, like bullet point check marks. So to get the little check marks in there, just click on Elements. Come on. Come on. I have 2 monitors. Sometimes my mouse gets stuck on the second monitor. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Elements. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in up here at the top in the search bar, check mark. And again, you'll notice that some of stuff is free and some of it is not free. So like this one right here, this green one, since it says Pro and it has a little crown, you can't use that unless you have the Pro version. So we're just going to, that's Pro. That's free. Pro, free. We'll just try that. It's a little Fiverr green. And now I can also edit this. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Let me go back to Elements. I'm going to pick something different. Let me pick check mark. Let me pick this one because sometimes you can change the color. Let me pick that one. Let me hit edit. Oh, I can't. Okay, that's okay. This isn't too bad. I think if you've got the Pro version, you can change the color of these elements. If you don't, you can't. Okay, so I'm going to put this check right here. Let me kind of shrink it down a little bit. Okay. All right, I like that. Okay, and if I want to, I can just copy it. Just click, make sure you click on the element, click on the check. Control C on your keyboard, Control and the letter C, copies it, and then Control V pastes it. So I'm going to stick that right here. Okay, I'm going to move this over, and I can move the check over at the same time. Just click on 24-hour delivery, hold down your Shift key, and then just click on the check bar, check whatever, and that selects both of them. And then you can just use your arrows on your keyboard to just move that over. I like that, the way that looks. Let me move this over. Come on now. Okay, I'll move this over. Okay. I like the way that looks, actually. I like the way that looks a lot. The only thing is, of course, this box is driving me crazy. Okay, that's okay. So again, if you have the Pro version, you can take that background out with the headshot. If you don't, you're just going to have to kind of bear with it. Now, here is just a kind of like a cool little pro tip. And this is what I've learned from people I've worked with, like who have mentored me about like just design in general, is that you always want the text to kind of be moving. And so instead of just having it straight horizontal, if you kind of just put it a little bit on a diagonal, it's a lot more interesting and it's more eye-catching. So I'm going to select, move that down, both my text and the box behind it. You just select one, hold the Shift key down, keep Shift, and then just select the other one. Now that they're both selected, see this little turn wheel? You can just turn that. And it just kind of tilts it just a little bit. Let me kind of put that back. Actually, I do want that down here. And we'll put this behind here. And I can even have it go like off the page a bit. I kind of like that too. Okay, and then I can do kind of the same thing down here. Well, not necessarily tilted, but I can put this transparent box behind the 24-hour delivery and includes music. So I'm just gonna select my box, hit Control. Hit Control C, and then Control V. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tilt it so it's straight horizontal, and then it's not horizontal. There we go. I'm going to move that all the way across. I kind of like that. Wait a minute. Okay, and it's always sort of a work in progress. The thing about if you have Canva is that you can come back, you know, like you can go ahead and save your thumbnail, use it on Fiverr, and then you can always kind of like revisit it, which I really like, without having to, you know, contact somebody on Fiverr, a seller who makes these thumbnails. You just can do it yourself. And if you are really enjoying this and you're going like, this is actually pretty cool, like it's easy to use, I understand it, I like the whole design elements, maybe you're willing to go ahead and spend $120 and have the Pro version so you can, you know, take out the background, you can have all these other cool elements and fonts and things like that. You know, you could always put up a gig on Fiverr where you create thumbnails for people. You know, if this is something that you're really enjoying doing, and oh my goodness, you'll get your return on your investment with probably in no time. at all. So, consider that if you're really enjoying doing this. Okay, anyway, I'm going to say that I am 100% happy with this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show you this one thing. I think this transparent box is actually on top of my text. So what I need to do, it looks like it is, because see, this pink and this pink are different. What I need to do is position the box, the transparent box, behind my text. To do that, just make sure you select the box, go up here to position, right here, position, and we want to send the box backward. There we go. There we go. A little bit more, one more. Okay. And now, I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks a lot. Let me just stretch that out. Okay, so at this point, I would go ahead and save this. Now, let me just I'm just going to kind of like save all, like select all these things and just see how it looks down here. Ooh, I like that. Okay, and same thing. Let me take that box. Let me just kind of play with the pro version really fast. I'm going to position backward, 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 backward. Okay, I think we're good. And let me change the color of this box to red. Black. And then let me change the transparency. Oh, okay, look at this. This box is actually behind me. It's behind my picture. So I need to move it forward. There we go. I like that. I like the way that looks. Okay, and same thing. I can also, let me copy this box. We're gonna move it like that and stretch it out. And let's put that, there we go. We'll put it behind me. Okay. Okay, I don't know. What do you think? Too much? The good thing is you can play with it. I don't know. What do you think? Too much? Too many black lines? Here, I can move this. Let's move that like that. I kind of like that. Okay, let me show you how to download it. And I think you probably already know how to upload it to Fiverr, but I'll just show you how to download it. Now, before we download, what I want to show you, this is really important. I probably should have done this at the beginning, but I didn't. See right up in here where it says share, and then right here mine says record your phone system IVR. Maybe yours says something different, but let's go ahead and actually name this Fiverr thumbnail, and that way we can come back to it. I cannot type. That way we can kind of keep coming back to it and reusing it, because as you can see, you can have multiple pages. You can also change the title of your page. So like this one would be like IVR gig. Maybe this one you're going to change to this will just be like my main one. Something like that. Yeah, like this one would be like my main gig. Whatever, whatever you wanted to do. I would change this a little bit differently, but anyway. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you could click on this little button right here to add a page. And that would just simply, it basically like makes a copy of the top one. But remember, you can always change the background to a different color, whatever you want to do. Okay, to download it, just click on the download, and you'll want to save it either as a PNG or a JPG. I save it as a PNG because it's less space. And then you'll want to select the pages. So just click right here, all pages. I just want to download the IVR gig. That's what I want to do. I just want to do that. So just make the checkbox there and then click done and download. And it downloads and it's beautiful. And then just, make sure in your organization that you're saving things to like the right spaces. Hopefully you do have like a Fiverr gig folder with all of your different gigs and all the different information that goes in them. I think that's the best way to organize. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're interested in this pro version, use the affiliate link. Yes, it's an affiliate link. I do make some money off of it. But hey, this was a good tutorial. I'm sure you learned a lot. Use that link. Go get the pro version. Or you can just use the link and get the free version too. You can either one. But go ahead and get yourself in that mode of, kind of doing this yourself. It doesn't take time. You can also change it as much as you want to if you like it. And have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you. Bye.